My fiance didn't notice I was crying at our engagement party until a stranger asked if I was okay. Then he finally looked at me. My fiance Marcus planned our engagement party at his parents' country club, the kind of place where everyone whispers and judges your shoes. I stood by the champagne fountain watching him work the room, shaking hands with his dad's business partners and laughing at jokes I couldn't hear from across the ballroom. I'd been there for 40 minutes, and he hadn't looked at me once. His mom, Linda, kept introducing me to people as Marcus's fiance, then immediately redirecting the conversation to Marcus's promotion or Marcus's golf handicap. I smiled until my face hurt. The crying started after Linda pulled me aside near the coat check. She adjusted my necklace without asking, the same way she'd adjusted my hair at dinner last week and my dress at the theater the week before. She said we needed to talk about the wedding timeline, that Marcus had very specific career goals, and we'd need to coordinate the ceremony around his work schedule. I tried to tell her Marcus and I hadn't actually discussed dates yet, but she kept talking over me, saying they'd already reserved the club for October 2 years from now, that she'd spoken to 3 wedding planners, that my input would be welcome once they'd established the basic framework. Something in me just cracked. I excused myself and walked to the back terrace where the light was dimmer. That's when the tears came, quiet and hot down my cheeks. I wasn't sobbing or making noise, just standing there letting it happen while string music drifted through the open doors. A woman I'd never seen before appeared next to me. She was older, maybe 60, wearing a blue dress that didn't match the formal vibe of the party. She asked if I was okay and handed me a cocktail napkin for my face. I told her I was fine, just overwhelmed. She studied me for a long moment, then asked if I was the bride. When I nodded, she said something strange. She said she'd been watching me all night and nobody at this party was looking at me, not really looking, like I wasn't quite there. Before I could respond, Marcus appeared in the doorway. He called my name like he was surprised to find me outside. The woman in blue touched my arm and said, "Think about what I just said," then walked past Marcus back into the party. Marcus asked what that was about, and I realized he hadn't actually noticed I was crying. His eyes moved to my face for maybe 2 seconds before shifting back toward the ballroom. He said people were asking where I was, that his parents wanted to do the toast soon. I asked him how long he'd been looking for me. He seemed confused by the question, said he just noticed I wasn't inside, maybe 5 minutes ago, but I'd been gone for 20 minutes. I timed it on my phone. Back inside, I started noticing things. The way Marcus's college friends would start conversations with me, then drift away mid-sentence like they'd forgotten I was talking. How the photographer kept taking pictures of Marcus alone, even though I was standing right next to him. Linda gave her toast about how proud she was of her son, how he'd accomplished so much, how this was such an exciting next chapter for him. She never said my name, not once in a 4-minute speech about our engagement. Marcus's best friend Ryan came over to congratulate us. He shook Marcus's hand and said he was happy for him. Looked right through me like I was a window. I said thanks anyway, and Ryan jumped like he'd just noticed me standing there. Then there was the guest book. I watched person after person sign it with messages for Marcus. Congratulations, Marcus. So happy for you, Marcus. Wishing you all the best, Marcus. Nobody wrote anything about us as a couple. I found the woman in blue again near the bar. Asked her why she said nobody was looking at me. She took a long sip of her drink before answering. Said her daughter went through something similar. That sometimes people's families are so overwhelming, so controlling, they erase the other person without meaning to. But then she said something that made my blood cold. She said sometimes it's not accidental. Sometimes families do it on purpose, treating the new person like they're temporary or invisible, testing to see if they'll speak up or just disappear into the background quietly. I asked what happened to her daughter. She said her daughter almost married into a family like that, almost let herself become invisible. But 2 weeks before the wedding, her daughter found something that changed everything. I was about to ask what she found when Marcus appeared again. He put his hand on my lower back, but he was looking at his phone. Said we needed to cut the cake soon, that the photographer was waiting. The woman in blue was already walking away. That's when I decided to check something. I went to the bathroom and pulled up Marcus's Instagram. He'd posted 6 photos from the party in the last hour. Him with his parents, him with Ryan, him giving a speech I didn't remember him giving. I was in the background of exactly 1 photo. Blurry, half out of frame, like someone cropped me out and didn't quite finish the job. I scrolled back through his posts from the last 3 months. The night he proposed, our anniversary dinner, the weekend we went to his family's lake house. Hundreds of photos. I wasn't in any of them. Not one. And that's when I realized what the woman in blue had been trying to tell me, because the rest of the story is on my channel or linked below.